Het ook in zijn boek. En dan gaat door nader om het gedicht te vinden dat hij gaat voordragen. Dat kan even duren, denk ik, zo te zien.
Ik weet niet of je het geluid kan horen, maar het grond
Here's one right here. This is called Ernie. This is about, Ernest Hemingway. He blew his head off with a shotgun. It's called Ernie. What was Ernie thinking when he pulled that trigger? Wow, man, that was a hell of a blast. I never saw any pictures, but I'll bet it took off half his head. I put my face in a towel today and I cried like a little baby. I just sat there in the bathroom with the door closed so no one could see or hear me, with a red towel pressed to my face. I cried hard, man, just because I had to. Sometimes the shit gets so heavy. The passage of time, the progress of life. My son's getting older, taller, smarter, making me just older. And I wish things could just stay one way, now and always. But that's not the way the game goes. Oh, you know what I have? You know what I have?
What's that?
Zoek naar de zaken. Zoek naar die gaat het erin zitten.
I have this poem that's not in the book.
You wrote it on what?
It's not in any books right now. But I wrote this poem about my little boy Luke. And it means a lot to me. And if you stop people from coming in and out of that fucking door and coming over here and making noise, I'll be happy to read it. But in the name of Christ, lock the fucking thing and put somebody there to stop it. Because they ain't going to read this thing if people are going to keep coming in.
Hij wil graag dat de deur dicht gaat en dat niemand binnenkomt, dat hij even echt aandacht is.
Okay? the reluctant hero. Yeah, man, she's going to sacrifice herself. Good. Put a chair in front of him. Kick someone in the head. She's coming and going now herself. Creating a diversion. She's inviting people in.
No.
She's calling her family on the cell phone. Get over here, he's about to do something. Holy shit. The bomb's going to drop in the building. Alright. It's called The Sword. Little Luke was crying in the morning. He was crying and crying. So sad, so blue. Crying little boy. Sad little son. He wanted his sword. It was Halloween, and he wanted his sword. All the other things from the store were in the bag the night before, except the sword. So tired, Papa me. So tired, Father. They say if you live by the sword, by it, you will also die. Oh man, if that's true, I'm fucked. 4-year-old Luke is crying. And 20-year-old Christian told me 2 nights before, go upstairs. And that I was, quote, lounging. After getting him a brand new car, he told me I couldn't manage my life. And he became an arrogant, hostile, entitled teenager. An 09 teenager, angry for nothing, knowing nothing, thinking he knows everything, based on nothing. A vexation to a father who came from nothing, to give his children the world. Thinking of Christian and hearing little Luke, I picked him up and I carried him outside and I put him in the truck and I drove him back to Santa Monica, all the way back to the Halloween store. And we got the sword. Luke fell asleep on the way home with his plastic weapon in his lap. I could see him in the rearview mirror and I looked at my own reflection for a second. And now it was my turn to cry. Crying, crying, Papa. So sad, Dad. So blue, crying Daddy this time. On the radio was a CD made by my other 2 sons, Hud and Max. Not expecting much, I pressed a button and Bob Dylan was singing about the times they are changing, and then All Along the Watchtower by Jimi Hendrix, dead from inhaling his own vomit in the back of an ambulance. At home, I carried up my boy and I laid him on the couch. On the way up the stairs, I whispered into his ear and I said, "Listen well, my son. Please don't forget the day I drove you back to get your sword. I'm your father. And I love you oh so very much. So be happy on Halloween. Be happy with your sword. There's going to be many battles in your life. You might want to hang on to that. Please don't forget the day I drove you back to get your sword." He was so sleepy. I'm not sure that he heard what I said.
Are you okay?
Yes, I am fine. I'm perfectly fine, honey. It's not just writing a new home. It's more than that. It's bigger than that. It's much, much bigger than that. Oh my God, musicians are coming in. What in the name of Christ are you going to do?
We're going to play music.
Okay, then I better go.
Thank you very much.
You're very welcome. Thank you for having me.
Thank you very much for reading the play.